let's talk about another thing. And that is that yesterday, as we had kind of talked about last Thursday, based on a report from Pete Thamel at Yahoo, that Southlake Carroll quarterback Quinn Ewers was considering graduating early, skipping his senior season, and going and enrolling at and basically, fundamentally, what we haven't really talked about is he's basically reclassifying as a 2021 recruit, is what he's doing. He's reclassifying himself as a 2021 recruit. Well, that happened. That happened yesterday. The report, I believe, came out. The first I saw was from our buddy Justin Wells.
Yes.
Justin Wells, I believe, let me make sure I get him right. Justin Wells is still at...
And just to clarify real fast,
inside Texas.
The reason that it came out yesterday was because spring practice or fall camp does start today.
Correct.
So we knew that we would hear something yesterday.
Soon. Yeah, we would hear something soon. And so Quinn Ewers has decided to forego his senior season and instead enroll at the university at Ohio State. And he put out a statement in the Notes app, as one does.
Surprised it wasn't signed at the bottom.
I'll read part of it. Over the past few weeks following Texas's UIL informing me I would be prohibited from profiting off my name, image, and likeness, I've taken the time to think about what lies ahead for me, both in the short and long term. It's unfortunate that I found myself in this situation, as my preference would be to complete my senior season at Southlake Carroll along with my teammates and friends I've taken the field alongside the past 3 years. However, following conversations about with my family and those I know have my best interest in mind, I've decided it's time for me to enroll at Ohio State and begin my career as a Buckeye. This is not just a financial decision. This is about what's best for my football career. At 18 and with one final class about to be completed to earn my high school degree, I feel it is best. I feel it's time for me to get a jump on my college career that is available to me. I'm eager to start learning from Coach Day and the rest of the coaching staff. I understand many will have opinions on this matter. I feel like this is a right decision for me, my fellow Carroll Dragons, cheers to memories, etc., etc. And so that happened. Riley Dodge pretty quickly came out afterwards and said,
with his own notes,
with his own thing. Basically kind of saying the same thing, saying we'll miss Quinn. He's an incredible young man. Dragon Nation's very proud of him. We respectfully ask that everyone allows our program to continue to concentrate on the 2021 football season for the Dragon athletes, etc. Both very well-honed statements, both from Quinn Ewers and for Southlake Carroll, or from Riley Dodge. And so Quinn Ewers is leaving. Quinn Ewers will not be playing Texas high school football in 2021. He will be playing college football, or at least be on a college football roster in 2021. He's reclassified. Inevitably, this led to the takes. The takes were firing yesterday about how this is going to become the new norm. This is going to be the death of Texas high school football. This is a huge blow to Texas high school football. What does the future hold for Texas high school football? And all I kept thinking about was Dallas Jesuit. And maybe that feels like a non sequitur to you guys, but follow me on this. In my time covering Texas high school football, which is not that long, the death of Texas high school football has been portended more times than the actual apocalypse. Okay? You know how cults come out and they say, "Hey, guess what? It's going to be August 14th, 2021. That's when the world ends." And then like August 15th arrives, and everyone's like, I meant July 1st, 2022. And they keep kicking it down the road. That's the same thing that happens with people in the Texas high school football world. Or at least I think, in my opinion, when outsiders start paying attention to Texas high school football in any sort of real and meaningful way, then it's like, that's the end. Texas high school football's dead. Might as well just pack up shop. So the reason I thought about Dallas Jesuit is I want you to go back to 2000. In 2000, the UIL allowed two private schools, Dallas Jesuit and Houston Strake Jesuit, to become the first two private school programs to join the UIL. And there was wailing and gnashing of teeth and wringing of hands and furrowed brows. And everyone is absolutely sure that, oh my gosh, we've opened the door. And suddenly, Texas high school football is doomed. Pickle, how many state championships does Dallas Jesuit have in football?
I can't think of one.
Okay. What about Houston Strake Jesuit?
Well, no, none there either.
And to be clear, good programs.
Very
Good programs. Like both those coaches, like both those programs, doing great. Did the apocalypse happen?
No, I don't remember that happening.
Go back to 1986. 1986, when no pass, no play became the rule, there was this wailing and gnashing of teeth and, oh my gosh, no pass, no play is going to kill Texas high school football.
Mm-hmm. It's even in our magazine.
There's a whole thing in one of our, I was trying to find it yesterday, in one of our magazines where we got quotes from coaches who were saying the sky is falling.
Big Chicken Little
doomed.
energy.
We are doomed, doomed, doomed. That was 35 years ago. And Texas high school football has never been stronger. Okay? What about when IMG Academy opened? Remember that freak out? Mm-hmm. IMG Academy opened, and everyone goes, oh my God, they're going to take the best players in Texas. We're doomed.
And then let's just chime in that we just got IMG Academy's coach to come coach a school in Austin this year because he wanted to leave that to be able to go
We're doomed.
Coach in Texas high school football.
We're doomed. We're doomed. I remember earlier, I'm old enough to remember when Jadon Blue said he was going to opt out for the 2021 season.
Darn, you're showing your age.
And the wailing and gnashing of teeth. Oh, my God. Is this going to become the norm? No. Guys, Quinn Ewers graduating early and going to Ohio State is not going to set a precedent that suddenly thousands of players are going to not play their senior season. Mm-hmm. Will there be a couple each year? Yeah, maybe. Maybe 3 or 4. But there are a certain set of circumstances that set up Quinn Ewers to make this decision.
Yeah, $1 million.
A very, very, very specific set of circumstances. So, guys, the next time we have something come along and you think, is this the end of Texas high school football as we know it? Let me just tell you, the answer is no. Mm-hmm. Always and forever. The answer is no. It's not going to destroy Texas high school football. So we can all just chill out. Good for Quinn Ewers. Mm-hmm. I'm happy for him. I wish him the best. But this is not going to be portending hundreds and hundreds of players in some sort of mass exodus, forever changing the landscape of Texas high school football. I swear, when it comes to Texas high school football, there's so many Chicken Littles.
That's the biggest thing, and I think a prime example, it's on the cover of our magazine. There's over 14,000 schools that we preview.
1,400.
1,400, sorry.
14,000 would be too much. I would not do this job if there were 14,000.
1,400. But it's like there are so many good players, and I think the prime example of this is think back to last year, Jonathan Brooks. He was a 3A player from down in Hallettsville, Texas, that you probably hadn't heard of before last year. He leads a team all the way to the state championship. He goes to UT. He was our Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year, who we said was the best player in Texas high school football in regards to his circumstance. And yet, there's no way in the world he would have gotten $1 million worth of NIL stuff to leave and not play a senior year. Like, it's just not – it will happen to 1 or 2, but it can't happen to everyone.
Guys, would I prefer that Quinn Ewers play for South Lake Carroll in 2021? Absolutely. I think Quinn Ewers is great, and I think that he would make Texas high school football a little bit more fun. A little bit more fun. He's one player, and there may even be 3 or 4 next year. Chill out.
Yeah, so have you seen the quarterback class in the class of 22? We're not losing. Like, we're not in lack.
We'll be fine. Because here's the thing. For every quarterback, every blue-chip quarterback who has $1 million NIL offer on the table, let's say those circumstances are fulfilled, he still has to be in a position that he can graduate early, mm-hmm. which is not every player is.
No.
He still has to want to leave. And furthermore, Ohio State may be the starter by October 1st.
I was fixing to say.
They don't love C.J. Stroud. Mm-mm. He's in a very specific set of circumstances.
Yeah, ultimately, there's probably a lot of colleges that would say to any other kid, if the circumstances were different, hey, man, we don't want you to come up right now. And
Yes.
that plays a big factor.
I just don't think that this is worth freaking out about. Good for Quinn Ewers. That is the official stance of Dave Campbell's Texas football. Good for Quinn Ewers. South Lake Carroll will be fine. And Texas high school football is not going to crater.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.